Hello. I know we're long overdue for this, but figured we'd put in an update here. This is what we're going to be up against the next couple days. So, if you're familiar at all with this car, it was a 1981 Escort. It is now EXP Wagon. We'll get to the front of the car so that you can see it. Picking this side because it's very late in the evening. This is the sunlight we have. So this is the guy. We're getting there. We are almost done with the EXP conversion. So we had finished the front end completely. That's all done. That's ready for when the car is ready for paint. The back end, however, I just got the Escort bumper off today, which is that lower one. Aluminum with like the rubbery plastic molded ends. Same thing the EXP bumpers are, just those ones are molded in black instead of in that kind of yellow. Anyway, so we removed the Escort metal bumper. We installed the EXP metal bumper, which is this guy. I do happen to have one or two aluminum ones of these, and I might throw it on the car. So where are we at right now? Well, so like I said, I put the metal bumper on, and then I had trimmed the bumper cover. So once done, this bumper cover is going to go in all the way underneath the taillights and touch the body. You know, pretty easy to expect. It's going to be real neat and tidy. It will be the same exact way all my EXPs are. See that down there? Black wraparound bumper strip on the molded soft bumper fascias. But the problem that we're facing is the steel bumper for the inside of the EXP. It sticks out a little too far. You can see that here. It sticks out by about 3/4 of an inch. So if I didn't have that metal bumper on right now, this plastic bumper cover would be all the way against the body, and it would look like it's a done deal. But I haven't gotten to that point yet because I had just put the bumper on. I thought, okay, it will hold up my bumper cover, and then I'll be able to make my final trimmings better. Because so far I've only done my rough cut. That black line is where I expect to be making my final cut. Well, so far we've made our top cut, which is what you see removed. I know it's a little messy and stuff. It started real nice and clean down there, and then towards the end I was having issues with it because once you cut the top off, there's a thin steel frame across the top of this here, and once you've removed that from half of the bumper, the whole rest of it gets crazy, flopsy, flimsy, and very it shakes around a bunch. So I figured the best way to remove it would be with the a vibra tool, because any kind of like oscillating blade would be too aggressive, and a spinning blade would do more melting than cutting, and I don't want to have to deal with the aftermath of either of those. Whereas with this, once I peel off that tape, I'll still have good paint underneath. I know that's not too critical, but when this car is going into the paint room, that's a whole lot less prep we have to do. So the 5 minutes on the front end is going to save me 30 plus on the back end. But it cut pretty good and easy. But that's the dilemma we're with right now, is how to scooch this in 3/4 of an inch. Before you start typing away at some suggestions, let me show you what we figured out so far. So option one is we can hammer in these bump stops until we meet that line. That's 3/4 of an inch. That would technically do it. However, that means should there be an accident, these bump stops they don't really do anything. If you bottom them out, they do nothing. I don't know how much travel they're supposed to have. It's more than 3/4 of an inch. I think it's almost 2 inches, maybe 1.5 inches. But if they travel further than that, or they don't travel further than that. So once you've reached that limit, that's it. You've pegged it. That's as far as it goes. So, not really favoring that one. Next option is to take these tubes and like about where that line is, I can cut it, make another line 3/4 of an inch here, cut it, and then I can weld this 3/4 of an inch further in. That would work. It would still perform the same. There are no downsides of doing that. The third and final option is it's a two-parter. We can either make a new bumper, and that would be great because I could make it out of aluminum. I could visit the local steel mill and have I want to say an L beam of aluminum, but we could do that. We could have a L shape, kind of across the back here, and then we do the same thing underneath, and then I just weld the two seams. We could do that. That would be great, actually, because it would cut down on all this weight. This whole steel bumper is a good 40 pounds. Maybe less than that. It might only be 30 pounds. So the steel bumper is about 30 pounds. If I were to make it out of aluminum, it would be like less than 10. It'd be a pretty substantial difference, and that would be good. The other alternative is for me to quick cut this up, weld it back together, thinner, and then boom, done. So I gotta weigh those options. I'll be busy all of tomorrow, or it might be the day you see this. It gives me plenty of time to think about it, decide, and go from there. But we cannot go further without shrinking that in a little bit. But if we get that nice and tucked in, the EXP bumper swap will really pan out, and it will really look the part. So that's where we are. Well, once we get that done, we'll go back through. These are the metal bolt plates that go on the ends. We have to cut those down to size, because when I cut this, we lost one of our bolts. So one of our studs, one of our stud holes will be removed. This will be held in with only 2 studs, unless I'm tempted to drill a new hole and just stick in a new carriage bolt to act as a stud. But we only have so many, so much real estate on here to work with as far as drilling new holes. So that is something I got to keep in mind. So next part is cutting that, deciding if I want to add studs to it, mounting it on here, go on to our bumper cover, and then with our bumper being further in, this whole facade can be bolted up. Once we do that, we will get around our black corner wraparound pieces, like seen here. Those. That black leading piece attached to the quarter panel, that is a separate piece. So I do have a few spares of those. Again, with those, it's just a matter of marking where I like them, make sure they're nice and straight. Drill a couple new holes, screw them in, walk away. Very, very easy. And this is great. There's no wiring. There's nothing crazy invasive. Honestly, the only invasive part is me cutting the bumper cover, which is fine. I happen to have one spare, and it happens to be in the same color. And then figuring out how to recess the inner bumper further. So we got to play around with that. I'll have to come up with a decision here tomorrow, like I said, and go from there. Aside from that, the car just needs paint, and then boom, it's an EXP. So like all this silver chrome or stainless trim, that's all going to be painted satin black, as if it was an EXP. And I'll really make it sporty. There we go, like the silver one over there. So black out all the trim, and then this guy will really start looking the part, especially with the tucked rear bumper and the extended front bumper. That's the funny thing. Back here, I have to shrink this in 3/4 of an inch. But up front, I had to extend that 3/4 of an inch. What the heck is that all about? You know, what are the odds, man? So, gotta play around with that, and we'll see how it goes. Again, when I get to the next step, as soon as I come up with a decision, I'll have this done sometime on Memorial Day, and then we'll be able to come up with a follow-up video, and we'll be able to go from there. I'm contemplating quick shooting all this trim black for the season, but we'll see. We'll have to have a lot of nice weather because it has to be not humid to dry, you know. And it will involve a lot of masking, so a lot of time, and then it'll probably consume 4 or 5 cans of, you know, satin black. Stuff's getting a little spendy, so I gotta weigh the pros and cons of doing it now versus waiting for later. It'd be really cool if we could do it now. I think it would really clean things up, especially like if I can polish up the reverse lights, fix my couple dents on the tailgate. But we will be addressing the few areas of rust on the car, and I'm still working on trying to find a new sunroof seal. I shouldn't say that. Sunroof seals. There's multiple seals that I need to go and attend to. So we'll play around with those too. But I will let you guys be. Feel free to leave comments or questions in the comment section. I do reply to those. Like I said, keep an eye out for the next few videos, because after we'll have another update on Memorial Day, and then we will have 2 big videos coming up soon here. Big ones. Like, we're talking almost the pinnacle of my YouTube career. They're going to be very, very important, not just to me. So do look forward to all of those, and I hope to see you then, if not sooner. Thanks.